Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Talisman Digital Edition. I'm not going to give you a rundown again on what the game is. If you don't know, watch the previous 2 episodes, I explain it twice. Why would you start with episode 3 of a series? Oh dear. Okay, well, anyway, so, Talisman. Board game adaptation, essentially. Let's roll our die, because it's our turn. Oh, we rolled a 1. Okay. So, we've got planes, draw a card, or we've got planes, draw a card. Okay, well. Well, it doesn't really matter, does it? Let's go this way. Okay, so draw an adventure card. And we've got an amulet, magic object. You can't cast spells, including the command spell. Including the command spell. This thing is more powerful than the Crown of Command. Jesus. The command spell is what you use when you've picked up the Crown of Command in the middle of the board to try and eliminate other players. I forget exactly what the commands are, but I seem to remember there are 3 or 4 options for command spells you can cast. But anyway, so this is very limiting. It also makes you immune to other spells, which could be very useful, but the thing is, this seems handy for a character who's very brawly, a character like the Troll, who has high strength and almost no craft, so he's very likely not going to use spells anyway. I'll tell you what I'll do though. I will take it, and I will have my Alchemist. Yep. Alchemist, use follower, turn it into gold. Yeah. I would have liked to use the alchemy spell to do that, so I can clear out one of my spell slots. But of course, I couldn't cast the alchemy spell while I was carrying the amulet. But anyway, I think that's a decision well made. We now have 1 gold again, after we blew all of the previous gold buying a shield. Alright, what's the monk doing? He's going to the tavern rather than attacking the wizard. Probably a good choice. He lost some gold, though. He gambled and lost one of his gold when he rolled a 3. So the assassin's going to some fields. He's encountered the Holy Grail. He's evil, though, so he can't take it. What does the Holy Grail do? Adds 1 to your craft. And you don't lose life in the desert, because it's actually a water vessel. Alright, so it's our turn. Looks like the wizard has missed a turn. Or he took it while we were reading about the Holy Grail. Could go either way. Alright, so... where shall we go? We only rolled a 1. Back to the woods, I guess. Well, I suppose we could go to the tavern, and it might enable us to get into the middle region if we roll a 6. Let's give it a try. We have been rolling a lot of 6s recently. I don't want to attack either of those characters. Especially the monk. He's a menace. 3. So we lost the gold that we just got from turning the amulet into gold. Oh, the evils of drink. Okay. So the monk is just going to draw a card. And he's got some gold just to mock me with his wealth. I'm sure monks are meant to have, minimalist lifestyles. I thought self-deprivation was one of their things. Privation. But never mind. Clearly this monk is not only quite the brawler, who roams around beating people up, he also likes to hoard money. Are you even a monk, or are you just a guy with an annoying bald patch? Alright, so... Wizard is going to go over there. Is he hunting the monk? He is hunting the monk. And he's been able to start psychic combat, which is probably a good call. I think he's succeeded, yeah. So he's actually going to take an object instead of inflicting life damage. What did he take? He took the axe. Didn't he already have an axe? Maybe he didn't take an object. Maybe I misread that. It all happened so quickly, officer. Alright, so we've rolled a 6. Seem to roll a lot of 6s. Which would be the better option? We don't have any money to buy anything from the blacksmith. Or to go to the healer, so it would be basically go to the mystic. What are our options? We'd need 4+ for good effects. Well, actually 5+, because we're already good, so the 4 doesn't count. So 5 or 6, gain craft or spell. What about over here? Better odds, 4, 5 or 6 would be beneficial. So, let's go to the city. We could go to the Alchemist, but what would be the point? Enchantress it is. 6, gain a spell. But we still have 2 full spell slots, so we can't take it. God, I want to get rid of this alchemy spell. It's so annoying. I almost hope he attacks me. Ugh. I was going to say I almost hope he attacks me, so I'll have an excuse to use that other spell, the psionic spell. That one. To improve my combat performance. Alright. So... the assassin has a raft. He's built a raft in the woods. Is he actually going to use it to cross into the middle region? That's at least the 3rd time that someone's had a raft, and none of them ever use it to cross over. So I don't know why they'd bother. Again, the AI seems like it needs a little bit of work. Okay, so that was a draw. Wizard could re-roll using a fate point, but he's choosing not to. Okay. Let's wander down here to some fields, because it was going to be a draw card space either way. A shield. Oh, we bought a shield. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll take that shield, and then I will cast the alchemy spell. I can't cast it now? Oh, you can only cast it at the start of your turn. Well, that's alright. I'll do it next time. Cast that to turn the shield into gold, which obviously will get us some benefit from the duplicate object, and it will finally free up that spell slot. We've missed out on at least 2 spells by not having enough room for them, thanks to that bloody alchemy spell. Monk had a draw with Lemure, whoever Lemure is. Assassin's going next, so he's going to the tavern. What's he doing there? Rolled a 2. I think that's a pretty bad result. Oh, he has to fight a drunk farmer. Well, I'm sure he can handle that. Yeah, no problem. Assassinating a farmer in a pub is pretty low. This assassin is not very professional. Okay. So the wizard's going over to those hills or whatever they are. He's found some money. And we're up. 5. So you could go to the graveyard and lose a life, but let's not do that. Oh yeah, that's right. I was going to use that spell. Oh, okay. Can I still use it now, or does it have to be before I roll? It says before you move. I haven't moved yet, but clearly it has to be before you roll. Alright, mental note to do that the next time. Well, we have to go to the city, because it's either that or lose a life in the graveyard. Alright, I mean, I could turn the shield into gold at the Alchemist here, but I'd then just be stuck with that alchemy spell, so I guess we're going to the Enchantress again. Don't mock me by giving me another spell. Oh, but now I've lost a strength. That's harsh. I didn't have strength to spare. That was a hard-won bonus strength point, damn it. Why would she do that to me? What is with all the fickle people who populate this land? Magic Stream. I think that gives you craft points in the same way that the Pool of Life gives you life points when you land on it. I think. Going from memory of the original board game. Or second edition of the board game, anyway. Assassinating a snake. Okay, fair enough. I'm glad to have it off the board. What's the wizard doing? Rolling a 2. He could tackle the monk, but I wouldn't advise it. Oh, he might go to the... well, I was going to say he might go to the magic stream, but no, he's actually fighting the monk. But again, he's doing it in psychic combat, which is definitely the better option. The wand is such a good object. What did he take? He took the sword. What a waste of time. You're an idiot. Again, the AI, again, the AI doesn't make particularly wise decisions. Hopefully that'll be a little improved for the final version. I mean, really, this is meant to be played with people, but at the moment, local-only multiplayer. There should be online in the finished version of the game. But for the time being, you have to have someone come over, and obviously I don't have that right now. Alright, let's go back to these fields again. Just shuttle back and forth between the city and the fields. Draw a card. Oh, bugger! I forgot to use alchemy again! God damn it! Okay, well, we've got Shadow. Shadow is lurking in the dark corners of this area. Encounter it. I could just destroy it with our special power. The effect of that would be to give me an extra spell, which I can't take at the moment, so I'm actually going to fight it, so that I can hopefully take it as a trophy. That was a bad roll. Okay. I'm going to use one of my 5 fate points to re-roll. Come on, get me something good here. 3. Okay, so it's been a draw, at least. And you can't re-roll again, you can only re-roll once. So that was kind of a waste. Probably should have used my power, but I just didn't want it rubbing salt in my wounds with a spell card that I can't pick up again. Alright, so someone's going to fight Lemure. Once more. Rolled 6, so that's good. That guy only has craft 1, so he's not really that much of a threat. But the monk is a threat. I can't believe he was so close to being out of the game, and now he's pretty much the dominant force with his strength of 6. Okay, so the assassin's gone to the magic stream, and he's gained himself an extra craft point. I can't believe how badly we're doing on stats and objects and things when everyone else does so well. Okay, let's cast alchemy before I forget again. Cast spell. Continue. Cast it on one of the shields because we don't need 2. Okay, finally freed up that spell slot. Let's go. Okay, we rolled a 2. So, we could go to Plains, which is draw 1 card. Or we could go to Hills, which is draw 1 card. So it doesn't really matter. Let's go to the Hills. And it has that white horse on it, like the one that's actually in southern England somewhere. I hope you know what I mean. If you're from the UK, you probably do. I can't remember what it's called, but there's that hill with a white horse on it. Okay. Storm. A storm sweeps through this region. All characters must miss 1 turn. Which would matter if there was anyone in the other regions, but since all the players are in this region, it really doesn't make any difference. So, let's miss a turn. I quite like the art on the cards, by the way. However, this is one of the things that's a little bit of a shame. It's not a disappointment, but it's a little bit of a shame. Later editions of Talisman, I don't know about 3rd edition, but certainly 4th edition of Talisman, and this digital version, don't use Gary Chalk's art. The 2nd edition, which I had all the art on the cards and the board and everything by an illustrator called Gary Chalk, who also did the illustrations for the first, I don't know, dozen or so Lone Wolf game books. The Lone Wolf books by Joe Deaver. And, oh, someone's picked up a talisman from the Hermit. Someone has also finally crossed into the middle region. I actually didn't see how he did it. I would guess he built a raft in the woods and sailed over. But I'm not certain. I mean, in theory, that should have taken him to the desert, I think. But anyway. So, someone's got a talisman and they're in the middle region. That means, although the monk has the most power, really, the wizard might be the most imminent threat, because he's actually in the best position to try and get into the inner region and get the Crown of Command. The inner region, though, is extremely dangerous. Whether you'd actually get to it is a different matter. Yeah, so I was just saying Gary Chalk has a really distinctive style of illustration, and I really miss having his distinctive art in Talisman here. I mean, this is good. Good art, but it's not Gary Chalk. Anyway. We've rolled a 5. So we could go to the village. Or we could go to, what's this? Woods. Draw a card. And we'd be able to evade there because of the pixie we have following us. So let's go there. And draw a card. Rune Sword. Nice. Oh, not nice. God damn it. The priest can't use any weapons. So that's going to be another one to turn into gold. No good character may have the Rune Sword anyway. Does that mean I can't even carry it? I suspect it does. When you use the Rune Sword in battle to defeat an enemy or another character, you gain a life. So that's an evil life-sapping sword. Yeah, we probably can't even pick it up. Yep, it'll have to remain there until a neutral or evil character comes by. Well, that's disappointing. Okay, so that guy is going to go to the blacksmith, buy some stuff. What are you going to buy? He seems to be undecided. Finally, after browsing uncertainly for an eternity, he finally bought something. So, an indecisive monk, as well as a violent and wealthy one. Actually, he's not wealthy at the moment, because he just spent all his gold. So he may have bought some armour or something, possibly. I'm not sure what restrictions are on the monk. I would have thought he'd have similar ones to the priest, about using weapons and or armour. But perhaps not. I mean, I know monks... people like the Templars are sort of monk-like. So, monks perhaps aren't as strict about using weapons. Okay, so the wizard is now making his way around the middle region. He's run into a sorcerer, who I think maybe allows you to buy spells. I'm not sure, though. Let's have a look at the sorcerer. He sells spells at the price of 1 gold per spell. Yeah, so that's actually a pretty good card to have sitting on the board. What restrictions does the monk have? Oh, he always has the effect of that spell that I have. That explains why he's such a terrifying force. That's the word I was looking for. I nearly said terrific, but it's not quite what I meant. Why he's such a terrifying force in battle. Because he's always able to add his craft to his strength. He can gain benefits from praying. And, yeah, he can't use any weapon or armour during battle. Oh, I'm sure he's been using weapons. I guess he's just been carrying them around. I'm sure he just bought some armour as well. Maybe not. And I suppose it's legitimate carrying the axe for the purposes of building a raft. Anyway, let's roll. That's going to become the catchphrase for this Let's Play. Let's roll. Okay, since we get a prayer bonus, being the priest, let's go here and pray for something good. Oh, God, I forgot we have to fight the ghost. Well, we could, of course, just destroy it with our ability, and we now have a free spell slot. So we can actually gain a spell for destroying it with our special power. So let's draw a spell. What have you got? Healing. The recipient is healed up to his life value. So presumably that means back up to the starting life score of 4. So it wouldn't really be that valuable to use it now, because we still have 3. But we'll see. Let's pray. Let us pray. Right. 6. Well, which makes our bonus of 1 redundant, but still. Rolling 6 is good. No, it's not good, because it gains a spell when we've just gained one already. God damn it! You're mocking me, game! Ah. Alright, well, the monk is going to encounter some shit in the woods. Well, quite possibly literally some shit if it's the woods. Bear poo. Alright. Oh no, it's the forest where you roll a die. And I think he rolled to miss a turn there, so that was unfortunate. Okay. He's encountered a hobgoblin. He's also gone walking in the marsh, which was silly, because I don't think he has a suitable strength score to be able to do that. So I think he's going to miss a turn. Maybe he does have a high enough strength score. In case you're wondering why I'm not certain what his strength score is, it's because the window is slightly too big for my monitor and I can't quite see that. It would work better if I full screened it, but I then wouldn't be able to record it with Bandicam, so I have to keep it windowed in order to record. Anyway, the wizard is still tearing it up around the middle region. Could really do with getting in there. Of course, the one guaranteed source of a talisman is now gone because he used it. But we really need to stop this wizard. If there were other human players involved, I might propose an alliance to take down the wizard, since he's the most imminent threat. I think the space he was just on there was Hidden Valley, which is actually a draw 3 cards space. Yeah, the monk rolled a 2, so he was lost for a turn. He'd actually have done better rolling a 1 and having a fight with a brigand. Yeah, this is Hidden Valley. It was always my favourite space in the actual board game. Because look at it, it's full of dinosaurs and an exploding volcano. It's amazing. And I love spaces that are so special that they make you draw 3 cards. Anyway, do we have anything in our hand to turn into gold? No, we just have the shield. Alright, I suppose we'd better roll. Can you hear the rain on the window? It's raining so heavily today, and the window is just inches to my right, so you might pick up some sound from it. Don't want to go to the crags, that's one of those roll or die spaces. Let's go... if we go there, then we have to encounter the Spectre. Which we could destroy for another spell card, but again, we don't have a slot spare for a spell card. Okay, I'll tell you what I'll do. Although it's a bit of a waste, I'm going to cast Healing on myself to restore life up to 4. Continue. Yeah. Alright. I mean, I think it would have restored me up to 4 even if I'd only had 1 life, but I wanted to free up that spell slot, so at least got some use out of it. And then move over here, travel to that space, encounter the Spectre, destroy it with our special ability, continue and draw spell card. Destruction, good card. Lets you destroy any face-up adventure card on the board. So that includes enemies that are sitting on spaces, it includes locations, strangers, items lying around, anything like that. Traditionally, I usually use it to destroy tough enemies, like if there's a dragon or something sitting around. Like, I could have used it to destroy that magic stream, and then the assassin wouldn't have got an extra craft from it, but that would have required superhuman foresight. Okay. The wizard, I think, went to the castle, which probably didn't impart huge benefits. Is there anything I want to destroy with the destruction card? What's that? Ghost. Well, I can take that out fairly easily, so I'm not too worried about using destruction on that. I'd like to get over to the Holy Grail. That would be very handy. What's this card? Again, it's a spirit. Spirits aren't troubling me. I don't want to waste a spell taking them out. If nothing else, what it can do is it could free up a space. Like this space with the rune sword on it. You'll only encounter the rune sword for as long as it's there. So I could use destruction to take that out and free up the space again. But I don't see the point, really. So let's just roll. Rolled a 5. Ah, so we can actually get to the Holy Grail. Very nice. So, because we're good, we can pick that up, add 1 to your craft, and we won't lose a life if we find ourselves in the desert. We can only carry a maximum of 4 objects unless we find a mule, but, you know, we only have 2, so we're not in any imminent danger of that happening. The monk has built himself a raft, so he might be able to... Well, he will be able to cross over into the middle region on the next turn, if he chooses to do so. But whether he will or not, I don't know. The assassin's taken the rune sword, that's very bad news. Now he'll be able to drain life from anyone he fights. Or indeed assassinates. I guess the wizard will probably buy a spell from the sorcerer. Of course we don't get to see what that is. But he's casting it immediately, and it's random. Who's he casting on? Not me. Not me! Although the effects can be positive, because it is random. Yep, gain 1 life. So he gave an extra life to the assassin. Random is always such a risky spell. Alright, roll our dice. Or our die, singular. Okay, we could hop over there and attack the monk, but again, that would be psychotic. So, going to go to the village. Can we buy anything from the blacksmith? No, we need at least 2 gold. So we'd have to go to the mystic, really, which would be kind of a waste. So let's not go to the village. Let's go here. Ignore the monk and just draw a card. Oh no, it's the forest, it's not a draw card. But we don't have to roll because of our pixie follower, so let's indeed not roll. And we'll just end our turn. Okay, what's up next? Okay, magic belt! God damn it! These characters are getting so lucky! Ugh. Okay, the assassin too has built a raft. Am I the only person who doesn't have an axe? I'd really like to have an axe. Because really, the only other options for me getting into the middle region are to fight the sentinel, which isn't going to happen. Well, I think you can stealth past him if you have an invisibility spell, so that's an option, if I get one. And the other one is to head over to the tavern and hope that the boatman will take me across. I mean, there are some other options, like some adventure cards will move you to spaces in the middle region, but there's certainly no guaranteed way, except getting past the Sentinel. Alright, so we rolled a 5. I guess go round here. Well, no, I'll check out what is sitting on this space first. What's that? Spirit of some... No, it's a stranger. A witch lurks in this space for the rest of the game. If you land here, roll a die. 1 or 2 has negative effects. The rest have positive effects. You know, I'll take my chances with a random card draw. Bag of gold. I mean, not brilliant, but it would allow me to buy something like a helmet. But I'm not really that bothered. Okay, who's up next? The monk, of course. Is he going to try and get past the Sentinel? He might be in a position to actually take it on. He drew a strength potion, so he could actually seriously fight the Sentinel now. I mean, he has that ability that lets him add his strength and craft together. Actually, with our spell that lets us add strength and craft together, that would give us a total effective strength of 7, which would not equal the Sentinel's strength, but it would at least give us a fighting chance. The wizard is looking to be a serious problem. He's actually landed on the Portal of Power now, which is the door into the middle region. The inner region, rather. And he can get through it using his Talisman. So he's actually starting to pose a really credible threat here. So return the next time round and see if he manages to pull it off and actually get all the way to the Crown of Command. Because that's it for this episode. Thanks for watching as always. Come back the next time and see if the wizard proves to be the winner of this game of Talisman. Until then, bye for now.